Disclaimer, yes, I know that somebody, me, is going to get some comments about this if this skyrockets in views. That this concept was by Pat Mac first. Subscribe to him. I am only taking this inspiration from him, and this was just for fun. I might do more videos like this in the future. If this does well, enjoy the rest of the video. We all heard of Sonic 3, right? But what about some of its ports? Today, I'm going to be going through every single Sonic 3 port, re-release, and prototype that this game has gone through. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. At first, Sonic Team wanted to make Sonic 3 as the first 3D Sonic game, which is going to be similar to Sonic 3D Blast and Sonic Labyrinth as been released today. So they were Samsung to make a new chip game cartridges, with it being called the SSP1601 chip. But this was going to be simplified to the Sega Virtual Processor. However, Sega refused the idea, stating that the chip wouldn't be ready in time for the game to hit store shelves. So they decided to make another 2D platformer game. However, the chip was still used for the Genesis port of Virtual Racing. As time went on, the team had a ton of ideas for the game, so much that they brainstormed up to 2 games worth of ideas. But due to time constraints, they had to split up into 2 games instead. As the release date for the America game grew closer, after the team polished the first half, they made something new called lock-on technology. What this means is that people will be able to lock on Sonic 3 on top of Sonic and Knuckles. After Sega went through hell and back just to release this game, the first half of Sonic 3 was released on February 2nd, 1994 in North America, February 24th, 1994 in Europe, and May 27th, 1994 in Japan. Alright, enough talk about development. Let's talk about re-releases. The first re-release of Sonic 3 was on Sonic Jam on the Sega Saturn in 1997. Sonic Jam is all 4 mainline Genesis games, not emulated, but we worked from the ground up to work with new hardware. It had difficulty options, lock-on technology with Sonic and Knuckles with the rest of the games, lots of bonus features, and a 3D area to roam around and do special missions. This was actually impressive at the time, with the reviews being pretty good. There was also a Game.com port of the game, but it was pretty bare bones. Not even one level was ported well from Sonic 3. Sonic & Knuckles Collection was a collection of Sonic 3, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and the Blue Spears minigame. It was released in 1997 only for Windows and had a few things that was different from the original Sonic 3. First off, all of Michael Jackson's songs that were for Sonic 3 are gone now. This is because of a copyright issue that involved for this work at the game. Jackson left during development of Sonic 3, and now, most re-releases of the game have some changed music because of this. Fun fact, the songs that were changed are actually changed to the original songs that were meant to be played, which shows up on November 3rd, 1993 prototype of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. What was I talking about? Oh right, Sonic & Knuckles Collection. The European and North American release of the collection included Sonic the Hedgehog, the screensaver, bundled with it. However, in Japan, they were both released separately on the same day. There were actually some re-releases on this collection, those being Sonic and Garfield Pack, released in 1999, Sonic Action Pack, released in 2000, Sonic Action 4 Pack, released in 2001, and Sega Mega Pack, released in 2005, which were all released for PC. Somebody actually started a fan project called Sega PC Reloaded. This is something that installs and launches specific games that came out only for Windows 95/Windows 98, which had problems running on newer version of Windows. Those games being Sonic & Knuckles Collection, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic CD, and Echo the Dolphin for PC. Okay, I think I'm done talking about Sonic & Knuckles Collection. Let's move on now. Everybody has to have at least heard of Sonic Mega Collection, right? The game originally came out on GameCube in 2002, which was emulating a lot of the classic Sonic games. A couple of those games being from Sonic 3. A couple of unlockable games in the collection were Knuckles Sonic 2 and Blue Spears. Blue Spears is just a minigame based on the Blue Spears levels for Sonic 3. How many levels? Well, yeah, that's a lot of levels. And yes, Sonic 3 is in Sonic Mega Collection Plus, which is on the PS2, Xbox, and Windows in 2004 as an expanded version of Sonic Mega Collection. I feel like this has taken a while, so let's speed things up. Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection is a collection of 48 Genesis games emulated on one disc that was released on both the Xbox 360 and PS3, which includes Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles. Sonic Classics Collection is a collection of Sonic games released on the Nintendo DS in 2010. It was originally going to have a couple more games than it already did for the collection, but was scrapped sometime in development. All we get are a couple of screenshots for Sonic Spinball, Sonic 3D Blast, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. And the game also has Sonic 3, Sonic & Knuckles, Knuckles and Sonic 2, and Knuckles and Sonic 3. Sega Mega Drive Classics Collection is a big collection of Genesis games released for Windows in 2011. It has 4 volumes with one altogether volume called Sega Mega Drive Classics Collection Gold Edition, releasing later. The 3rd volume has Sonic 3 and Knuckles. In 2007, there is a Wii Virtual Console title of Sonic 3 and a Wii Virtual Console title of Sonic & Knuckles. The Xbox 360's Live Arcade has a release of Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles in 2009. It was released with Backbone Entertainment and had enhanced graphics with multiplayer via Xbox Live. In 2009, there was also a collection of Sonic PC games called Sega Sonic PC Collection. One of the games is Sonic Mega Collection Plus, which has Sonic 3. Fun fact, this is the biggest official Sonic collection with almost 30 Sonic games. This is also released for Sonic's 20th birthday. A PC version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles was released on Steam in January 2011, but was removed on May 20th, 2022 in favor of Sonic Origins. Let's slow down now. In 2014, Christian Whitehead and Simon Tonley proposed a remaster of Sonic 3 on mobile devices, similar to Sonic 1 and 2. But Sega backed out, likely due to musical copyright, and the first time since 2011, Sonic 3 got re-released via the game Sonic Origins. This is a collection of the mainline Genesis games with Sonic CD, all remastered like the mobile ports, including Sonic 3 getting remastered like the mobile ports. I'm not going to go over a lot about Sonic Origins, but I am going to cover another video. That is every single official re-release of Sonic 3. Now it is time for the best unofficial re-releases of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The first major unofficial re-release of Sonic 3 is a ROM hack of Sonic 3 called Sonic 3 Complete. It is a ROM hack that has Sonic 3, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Blue Spheres. It also has a lot of settings like difficulty settings from Sonic Jam, zone order changes from the November 3rd prototype, music changes from Sonic & Knuckles collection, and much, much more. The second major unofficial re-release of Sonic 3 is a fan game called Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited. This is supposed to be a mock-up of what would theoretically be the remastered port of Sonic 3 and Knuckles that Sega couldn't make. This has widescreen, lots of settings, mod support, achievements, new releases from different Sonic games, and more. Now I think I'm done talking about Sonic 3 and Knuckles re-releases now. I'm gonna start talking about the only prototype I like to talk about today. The only prototype that I would like to talk about today will be the November 3rd, 1993 prototype for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This was during the change from Sonic 3 being 2 games instead of 1 big game, so you can see the old level order in a heavily unfinished flying battery zone that takes place before Ice Cap. That is all for every single re-release of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles in one video. I might do something like this in the future if the video does well enough. The last things that I want to say is like the video and subscribe, and see you later.